Well, hello guys, this is Infinite Flasher, and today we're going to be playing some Tactics Trainer videos, and I look forward to trying to figure this one out. Let's see what we have got here. Well, at the moment it looks like it should be checkmate of some kind. It's not so easy though, of course. Knight a2 comes into mind, but I don't see the idea after king b1. He's threatening queen g8 mate, so that's not looking good for us. Rook c2. Excuse me. Rook c2, king b1. Rook b1 is also kind of promising. I don't know, maybe we can play knight c7. I don't know, waiting move. I just don't want to get mated here on the g8 square. Also, he's threatening rook e5, so that's not looking good for us. Maybe rook e5 at some point. I'm not sure when he's going to do it. See, rook takes c2, king b1, maybe rook b2. And if king a1, then rook a2. And if king b1, rook b2, king a1, knight c2 mate. Although there is knight c2 mate originally, so we have rook c2, king b1, rook b2, king c1, queen c7 check. Looks like a checkmate there. So the key line is rook c2, king d1. And I don't see an immediate win just yet. But definitely we'll look for a while here. Not so obvious, of course. It's not an obvious continuation of sorts, let's say. There's also knight d3. I don't know what that does though. Knight d3, king d2 doesn't look like anything. Although there is bishop f4 then. Okay, I'll bite. Knight d3, what's your big idea after king b1? Let's see. What does that do? Very tricky and complicated, that one. That's very tricky. Okay. Yeah, I'm really slow with my tactics, guys. I don't see an approach just yet. Well, anyways, even if I get knight d3 and king d1, it's not so clear what my threat is anyway. So I wouldn't do that if I was black. Very tricky. I want to checkmate the guy, of course. King d, rook c2, king d1. Yeah, I just don't see anything at the moment. Very, very sad that that's the case, but that's just how it is. Well, there's also bishop f4 followed by knight d3. Yeah, you know, I'm very slow with tactics, guys, and I think that's why I'm not that good these days. That's takes me forever to see that theme. I thought king d2 was more challenging, but okay, this is still interesting to say the least. Very nice problem, very misleading problem. I bet the comments are like that. Very misleading. Yeah, I wasted my time searching for a mate. Lol. Yeah, very cool. Should be a checkmate normally in that kind of position. Alright guys, we're going to step it up to 2500 after this and see how we're doing after that. It's hard to believe that there's a tactic in that position. Probably the knight's trapped somehow. A lot of interesting approaches to try to trap the knight. Like rook f3, rook g3. I wonder what's the difference here. Rook g3, then knight b2 is forced, and then rook b1. D takes c, rook takes c3, c takes d, rook c2? No. Huh. Okay, there's one line. Does rook f3 make any sense either? No, probably not. The rook needs the other rook on g4 has to be in the action to try to trap this knight. Bishop c4 also makes some sense as well here. So bishop c4. Although it doesn't gain a tempo on the knight as much as I would like it because of knight b2. Let's see. Rook d1, now it gains a tempo. So the only one that doesn't get a counter tempo is rook g3. Rook g3, knight b2, rook f2 maybe? Although knight d1 then comes. Okay, rook b1. So rook g3, knight b2, rook b1, b takes c, rook takes c, c takes d, rook c7, check, followed by rook takes b2, wins. Alright, I'm comfortable with that line. Very, very interesting problem. I don't think it was, what? Okay, well, that's not the critical line. Okay. Well, I could have just taken on d4. What was I thinking? Whoops. Duh. Yeah, I could have just done that and not allowed the passer there. Okay, well, in any case, I learned, I know how to get that problem. Duh. Let's see about that one. That's not the critical line, though. Well, I don't know, knight b2 looks much better to me. They don't go through it. Yeah, knight b2, rook b1, b takes c here, here. It's almost as if he could escape. But I guess the rook can move over here, and then we can take the knight, I suppose. I just had this idea of just check, and now he has to, move the king somewhere, and then you can take, and you're winning. So, I disagree with the engine to eval, by the way. That position, by the way, with rook takes d here, is d takes c is probably winning as well. But my life is not as easy as in the main line with c takes d. So, very good problem. Very, very cool. Oh man, I lied to you guys. I guess this is not the last problem before I skip. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's queen h1 mate. Gotta watch out for that. So, excuse me. Right now it's not so obvious what I'm going to do. A queen trade would win, so gotta keep that in mind. A queen trade would be really nice. So rook d8 check is pretty much forced, right? Or queen b3. I can't tell the difference sometimes. Queen b3, king f8, rook d8 is, king e7 is, well, it's not so clear, is it? Although queen b3, king f8, queen b8 is probably winning with rook f2. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Queen b3 maybe? Rook d8, king h7, queen d3, g6 is what I saw, and I didn't really see a way of proceeding there. So, it's not something I'd like to do. if you don't understand what I mean, like rook d8, king h7, queen d3 check. Then he has to play g6, and I don't have a further check, and he's still threatening that mate, and I don't like that. But okay, we'll find another move maybe. So queen b3 looks like our other forced move, doesn't it? Queen b3, check first, and the idea is if king h7, then we can check on c2, and then if he goes back to g8, then we can check on a2, trading queens. Okay, I like the idea. Queen b3, king h8, rook d8 is good. Oh, king e7. I just don't see a way of proceeding just yet. Queen b3, king f8, queen b8, king f7, rook f2. Okay, we'll go with that. That looks pretty good. Just trying to decide the lines from there. Queen b3, king f8. We can also play like rook f2, of course. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, right? Yeah, we should be able to checkmate there, shouldn't we? Okay, queen b3 is obviously the first move. Okay, well, that's no fun. Oh, I didn't see that move, but I didn't see that we were forking this bishop. Ugh, I got lucky, guys. I didn't see that at all. Lucky me. Yeah, that's not even okay, that's pretty subjective stuff right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure rook c2 is not the only winning move, but let's go back. This is the more interesting analysis kind of position that we can do. I didn't see that the bishop was hanging. I was just looking for mate. And this is the line I would figure out in a game, and from here, yeah, I think queen c2 is interesting. Let's see, king f8. Is that any good? What do they give as the alternatives? Okay, I was planning this one. Here, see what the line that they give. I'm interested, actually. I wasn't sure about that. Probably it felt like there were a few checks I could give, but I wasn't sure about a mate. Apologize for this, guys. Okay, obviously that's not good, but the line that they give after king e8, let's just pretend the bishop is back in c6. Okay, so then you would give the queen check if the bishop's there. The king could go to b6, though. Okay, so it's a different line entirely that we have to figure out. Maybe queen g8? Yeah, that does good work, doesn't it? Very nice. Okay, that looks satisfying to me. I didn't see that at all. I was just planning on checking and trading queens. I didn't see the idea with taking the bishop. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. New problem. Alright guys, I'm back. But not with the king and pawn endgame. Sorry about that. Hopefully you weren't excited or disappointed, let's say, to not see that. The issue is that it was only a 2400 rated problem, and it wasn't the one I wanted, which was 2500 at least. That's an interesting problem, to say the least. I wonder what the idea is. Don't see it at the moment. I really don't. The rook on f2 looks really weird. Smashing on g2 is not going to work, probably. Bishop takes e4 is interesting as well. See, bishop e4. He doesn't have to take, though. I mean, if fe4, knight e4, queen moves. I see an idea here, but I don't know if it works at all. Probably it doesn't. So knight e4 is threatening. It's not threatening much, is it? Okay. Is it some tactic related to the queen, like with knight b3 or something? I don't know. Knight b3. Queen is running short on squares. Maybe queen c2? But we go knight d4 then. It's pretty good. It's a nice strategic position, but apparently there's a win here, and that's not obvious. The knight on e3 looks really, really loose. Yeah, knight b3, queen c2. It's really strange how this is not good for us. I want to play rook a2, but I don't know how to make it work. And that's tough. That's tough. Well, I have an interesting idea with bishop e4, fe4, knight e4. Queen protects the rook. Maybe queen c2. We have an interesting idea with oh, maybe it doesn't work. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know how to approach that position really. Bishop e4, fe4, knight e4. I was thinking queen c2, knight g3 would be good, but I don't know exactly what I'm threatening after king g1. I mean, there might be some like mating kind of pattern there, but I mean, it looks pretty sketchy to me. In a real game, I would play like, I don't know, like rook a4 or something and flex better, or knight b3 followed by knight d4. Flex much better there. But tactics imply that there's a win. See, knight cd3 is interesting as well. Bishop takes d3. It just drops. Very unfortunate. Maybe h3 first, and then if g3, then knight takes e4? I don't know, it doesn't look like it works either. Yeah, I don't see anything at the moment, guys. I'm very, very slow with this problem. It's like one of those problems, once you see the theme, you've got it, but if you don't, and that's a very big issue. So let's see. The Sinkfield Cup is going to be coming up in maybe a few days, or what, next week or something? And it looks to be like a promising event, actually, with Carlsen and Nakamura and Caruana and So and MVL and many other good players as well. I think Ananda's playing as well. So it's a stacked field of greatness. I really have no idea what to do here. So anyways, like the tournament with the Sinkfield Cup is, I might do some of the games, maybe not as extensively as I did last year, but you know, maybe I'll do one or two of the games that they have a day, of the more interesting games. I think also, if you're interested in the analysis of those games, maybe Chess Explained, another YouTuber, would have good analysis as well of those games that you're interested in. However, I'd imagine he's much more busy than I am, so it's difficult to say whether he'll be able to do that or not. I don't understand what's going on with this problem. Maybe I'll just sack or something. I don't know. Hope for the best. I have no idea what to do. Okay, apparently that's the correct move. I have no idea why it is, but it is for whatever reason. And okay, I was expecting Queen C2. I don't understand why he didn't play that. Yeah, that's really, really weird. Well, I think the idea is that I had in mind with Knight G3, by the way, and Knight H3, and there's some maybe double discovered checkmate or something. Very cool business, but I'm not really satisfied with the problem. It's a very, very beautiful finish, by the way. So the real issue that I had with this problem was Queen C2. Wonder what the idea was here that they had in mind. Was it still Knight G3? Ah, I didn't see that one still here. I didn't see it in this line for whatever reason. Very, very nice. Okay, this is always guaranteed mate, by the way. With the queen coming on one of these three squares, it's checkmate no matter what white does. But that's really cool, actually. I didn't see that in this line, but I saw it in another line. Huh. Why didn't I see it? Very strange. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. Very cool problem. Let's try another 2400 plus problem, and then I think I'll move on to the 2500s and beyond. Hopefully even more beyond that. Haven't done this in a while, guys, so just stay patient with me. So Rook F7 is not working. That's unbelievable. Rook F7, isn't this queen trapped or something? Okay, Rook F7, Queen E8, Bishop C3. Is almost checkmate. However, I think I see the winning line, maybe? Although it doesn't look as winning as I would hope it to be. Let's see. Sorry about if you heard a scratching noise there for a second, guys. Rook F7, Queen E8 is the only move. Rook takes G7, King takes G7, Bishop C3. King only has F8 and G8 to go to. If also has H7 to go to. Okay. Well, maybe H7 is the best square then. Yeah, I don't understand what the point of that is. Very cool problem, by the way, here. I don't even see the point after rook f7, queen e8. Maybe bishop c3. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, he has queen e4. I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe rook f7. I don't know. That's strange. It feels like there's something good here, and well, there's not. Okay. Rook really has to move, right? Yeah, probably. Rook f7, queen e8. I mean, after rook f7, queen e8, bishop c3, queen e4 check. I can play knight f3. I'm just wondering what the purpose of the knight on c6 is. Why is this so important? Rook f7, queen e8, bishop c3. And if rook g8, then my idea was knight g4, but he might check me a lot. I don't like that. It's a very cool problem. Very interesting and difficult. Okay, bishop c3 doesn't work because the queen takes f5 here. I'm gonna have to go one by one. This is gonna take me a bit. Why? Why do you take a bit? Why? Why? Okay, rook f7, queen e8, rook takes g7 probably is the best line, isn't it? King takes. Bishop c3, king h7. Maybe I dismissed something here too quickly. Yeah, I mean, I also want to play like rook f7, queen e8, queen h6 check, but I mean, it doesn't really lead to anything. I think, at least I doubt it. I mean, rook f7, queen e8, queen h6, king h6, knight g4, king h5. I mean, I doubt that there's any mate there, so not fun. Rook f7, queen e8. I mean, I could play rook f7, queen e8, knight e7, threatening knight queen g6 as well. It's pretty good. Pretty good to say the least. It blocks the queen checks and threatens queen g6, okay. I might be threatening queen h6 somewhere there. I'm not so sure on that one, actually, but it looks like the best and most promising line that I've seen yet. I don't know. Well, let's go for it. I don't see anything else. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's lame. Wow. Well, okay. I thought this was going to do good work in this line. I didn't really mention this because I thought straight up it would be bad. Okay, that's really, really lame. Okay, let's go through this. This is a very, very instructive problem. King h7. Good. 0.99. The subjectivity on this problem is unbelievable. What? Why not play a takes b then? Yeah, that's not winning so easily. Okay, that problem is terribly flawed. Terrible problem. Okay, so the key line is queen e8. And I thought here knight e7. And here I thought he was going to go bishop f5. And then I thought I could go bishop c3. Rook g8. And I wasn't sure how to approach this position. Tricky business. Very, very tricky business there. I mean, we have queen h6 threatened, so it's probably mate. I mean, it was really like a mate. This doesn't look like there's so many checks, and they run out after the king goes to g3, I think. So, okay, it's probably a win for white. I'm very curious about the line that they give. I didn't even really consider it because it's just too bad. Like, it's obviously not a move like that, because this is the only move that you would ever consider in the world here, and this is just terrible. I think maybe the best try is king f8. I don't know. Still take though. Yeah, and then just take h6 or oh, sorry about that. My queen's hanging. Doi. Of course, that's why I'm bad at this game. This kind of line I wasn't terribly sure about, but if they give it as a win, they give it as a win. Okay, let's reset and hopefully they give a more detailed explanation about the lines here. If he goes king... Okay, I don't think I saw queen g8. That's a queen g6. I didn't see that. It's a really nice move that they offer. What's the idea? I don't see it at the moment. See if we can find that move again. He's gonna take. Maybe it's queen f6. I don't know. That's really weird. Queen f6, queen e7. Very, very cool problem, but I think it has some flaws in that the eval is amazingly unclear here. Maybe chess.com should look at this problem again. I'll report it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to move on to a 2500 problem now. Well, we're back, and I really decided to pause the video and switch those settings around. And let's see what we can do to just kill this guy. It's not so obvious to me at the moment what we should do. I mean, I have ideas with knight f5, maybe. Knight f5, and there's always these beautiful and tricky lines with the idea of with rook h7 and queen g7 mates. It's the first thing that pops into my brain here. Rook h7 first doesn't work because of knight takes h7, and I think that it's not good enough. So knight f5 looks normal to me. I don't know what the difference between knight h5 and knight f5 is, though. So knight f5, e takes f. I think the idea that I had in mind was queen h2. And although he can play there, although I have checkmate there, duh. King g8, queen g3 is mate. I mean, if it looks like, what's the difference between knight h5 and knight f5 though? That's the interesting question that I want to know the answer to. It's going to take me a bit to figure that one out, guys. Okay, I see. Knight f5, queen b8 is the point, maybe. No, maybe not. I don't understand this position at all. Okay, so knight h5 blocks the h-file, which makes knight f5 the only working move. Makes sense to me. Very beautiful move, honestly. I didn't even see that, but I think rook e7 does good work. Doesn't it? Can I go queen h2 still? No, I can't, so I have to take with the rook. Still, though, very cool to see that that this move is really working, so that you can checkmate. Cool problem. I like it. Let's see those comments. There's King's Crusher complaining a little bit there. That's not necessary at all, though. I agree. Yeah, very cool problem. All right, guys, let's see the next 2500 problem. And I think I'll move it to 2600 and up. If I don't do it in this video, it'll be in the next one. I haven't played in a bit. So the key is how to see that you're not dropping a piece here. This is a very, very important problem. So rook takes f7, bishop takes f7. Knight takes e5, d takes e5, b6, bishop c4, king f2, b7. That's winning. I don't see a reason why not to play that just yet. Looks like a winning line to me. Let's just go through that. Rook f7, bishop f7, knight e5, d e5, b6, bishop c4 is forced, king anywhere. Okay. I mean, I like the line. It wins. So let's go for it. I don't see the big deal. Okay, that's really a lame. Stupid problem, really. I don't like it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna step these problems up to 2600 now. Well, guys, I think we've met our maker here. Let's see how we do here. I really want to play queen h7 checkmate with rook h3, but I'm not going to do that because I can't do it. So, let's see. Is there any way we can make that happen? That'd be nice if we could. We can just take the knight and be okay. C takes D is pretty good for white. Knight f3, knight g5 looks pretty convincing, but knight f3, queen f8. Queen takes h7, king there, knight g5, king h6. It's almost working. Yeah, I don't see anything at the moment. Very, very cool problem, but doesn't have an obvious solution. Okay, if he can't do anything about knight f3, he has to play a queen f8 after that. There's no choice, I think, because it's always checkmate. So knight f3 is looking pretty good. He has to respond with queen f8. Yeah, I don't see a win there. So, that's a shame, though. It's very close to working, but I just don't see it at the moment. Okay, the position's balanced if we don't do anything about it, though, with queen f8. Maybe white's better. Maybe black's better. I don't know. Yeah, if we could just block out that bishop, that would be great, so I can just give checkmate. I just don't know how to do it. g4 is not working because the bishop takes g4. C takes d, queen f8. Yeah, I don't see it. Excuse me, guys. I have a bad allergy problem here. I don't understand what you're supposed to do in this position if you're not going for those themes that I mentioned. I mean, rook h3, bishop h3 is not working at all. e6 maybe? e6, then he has to take with the bishop. Then maybe rook e6. Wait, e6 then queen f6 maybe. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Although e6, queen f6, rook f1 maybe? Knight f2, king at g1? It's probably good for white. Okay, let's see the main line though. Rook e6, bishop e6, rook e6, f e6, f7. Not sure about that. Okay, well, we can't figure it out there. Okay, no shame in that. That darn bishop on c8, though. Very tricky business. Sorry for being so boring on this problem. There's a lot of ideas and I'm trying to piece it all together. And I just can't seem to do it. So knight f3, queen f8 is no good. Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, black just plays queen f8 and bishop e6 and he's got no problems. I don't understand the point then of this problem. Rook takes d3, bishop e6. Okay, let's see this again. e6, bishop e6, rook e6, f e6. And you can also play like knight f2 followed by knight g4 at any moment too to get at me. But not so sure about that really, but okay, we'll see. Is rook f1 too slow? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Rook f1, bishop f5. Rook f3. I mean, maybe it's boring, but it's probably good. Rook f1, queen f8 maybe though. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, I might end up giving up on that problem. I don't know what to say. It's a problem I just can't come to grips about. And I'm not sure how knight e4 does any good either, by the way. Knight e4, you can even play knight f2 and queen f8, I mean, if he's really desperate, but just queen f8 does the job. So is there a way we can prevent queen f8? Okay, g4 threatens queen h7. That's good. But g4 queen f8, so what? Yeah. Okay, I officially don't understand this problem. Yeah. Okay, let's see how brilliant this problem is. Okay, Queen f8 though. I didn't see that at all. Cool stuff, cool stuff. I like the theme. But the key line is obviously, to me at least, Queen f8. Okay, let's see the line. Let's see what we did wrong in our calculation there. Ah, very nice. Beautiful problem. There we go. Very beautiful problem. That's great. That's great. And now it's mate on h7. You can't do anything about it. So this is checkmate. I missed that. That's a beautiful theme. Knight f7 checkmate. Well, if I saw that, then I would have gotten the problem, but okay, I did not get the problem at all. So even if I got to that step, I wouldn't have seen the main line even. I saw the idea with giving this check, but what you have to notice is that the f7 square in this line is vacant. So is that really forced? Does he have to play knight f2 though? Can he be lame in some other way? He does force the queen off the board and force it to be checkmate. So yeah, knight g5 is threatened. He can't do much about that other than that. Yeah, maybe black doesn't have a threat against that. Cool. Very nice problem. Let's try another 2600 problem. That was a good problem. Let's give it a thumbs up. That was a great problem. Mate in 3, really? Nah, probably not. Yeah, that's, if you don't see that, then you don't get this problem. Okay, cool guys. Next problem. Yeah, there's an interesting line here, going with bishop b8. And if bishop h1, bishop b5, knight d7, queen takes a8, and we're up a piece in that line. A pretty good piece as well, by the way. Okay, I like the look of it. However, there might be a better move with bishop c7, followed by bishop b5 check. That might be a better move. So bishop c7, queen d7, bishop b5 wins for white. It wins a queen. Bishop c7, queen c8 drops. Bishop c7, queen e7 is the only playable continuation. And then queen c8 checkmate. Very, very nice. That's a great problem. I like this kind of tactic. I really like it. It's a great problem. Oh, well, I mean, okay, you can do this problem, but you can also take the queen. I was just thinking bishop takes b8 and you take the rook next turn and that's winning, but you can take the queen as well. Duh. Good problem, but something that rarely ever comes up in a game. Yeah, very, very nice. Beautiful stuff. I've got to agree with Jay Bades on that. Jay Bades is a good friend of ours. Gotta agree with him. Alright guys, I think this will be one of the last problems that I attempt before I call it quits. Oh, come on. Did it really have to be a study? Come on. Ugh. Oh my god. Frick. I don't get it. Isn't like knight c6 checkmate? Oh, I'm in check. Okay. Duh. Sorry about that, guys. I'm really slow sometimes. Okay, I'm already seeing a line here with interesting stuff, to say the least. Okay, let's just take our time. Ugh. Let's see. What's the difference between king a2 and king c2? I don't see the difference at the moment. Okay, I'll bite. King a2, knight b3. So king a2, knight b3, king a4. Knight d4, b3 check. However, now that wins for black. So it's king c2, knight b3, king a4. Okay, maybe we use our king in the side path there. Maybe. So king c2, knight b3, king a4, knight d there. Might be a win, might not be. I'm not sure. Very tricky stuff. I think the move is king c2. Then I think the only move is knight b3. Then knight takes b3. King a4. c2, knight b3, king a4. Knight moves somewhere important. b3, king c3. Maybe it goes back to d4. Maybe. King c2, knight b3. It's a really cool stalemate idea, or I'm sorry, checkmating kind of idea that we have to come up with here. Very tricky stuff. Not so sure. King a2, knight b3. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's so difficult. King c2, knight b3, king takes b3 is a draw. King c2, knight b3. Is also a draw. Okay, king c2, knight b3, knight b3, king a4. Knight d4, b3, king c3, b4, king c3, king c4, b5, king c5, rook moves, knight c6, king moves wherever. Nah, not gonna win. It's not gonna win. Maybe the king has to be an a2, I don't know. King a2, knight b3, king a4. No. Okay, I'm just gonna run with king c2. I'm not really sure about that. It's really dumb. I don't see anything. Very tricky problem. That's why it's deserving of 2600, I think. I didn't see that move at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, very, very nice. Okay. Okay. Very nice. You have to wait out a move. I didn't appreciate that. Yeah. I didn't go far enough in depth to realize that I just needed an extra tempo. Uh, in many of these lines, I had king on a2 rather when I needed king um, on a1. In fact, just to get king a2 then in this position. So now it's black to move and it's checkmate. And that's you've got to see this pattern from the far as well as b3 as well. So it's a good problem. I like that. I like that as well. Good problem. One of the few things I like about tactics journal is that there's few of these contrived studies, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's people that complain about studies, but I think they're good tactics, good pieces of calculation to go off of. So we'll try another 2600 puzzle, guys, and maybe this will be our last, maybe it won't be. Oh my god. Well, I was hoping for an easier puzzle, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it. Wow. So knight h3 is not going to work probably, right? Knight h3, king h3, check. No, it won't. It won't work. Knight e2 f4 is a problem, by the way. It would be so nice if we could get king g2, rook g1 mate. So knight e2 f4. But then f3 is not defended, so you can always go to f3. I don't see a win there. Oh, I see. So knight g6, f4, king g2, knight h4. Very, very nice. Very cool problem, by the way. But still, we have to worry about knight g6, king g2. But then again, knight h4 is made anyway, so it's a good problem. It's a good problem. I'm glad to have gotten one of these problems. It's a good problem. Yeah, a lot of people did look f4. It's a good problem. But yeah, it teaches you to account for those retreating moves, and you've got to still cover the f3 square with this knight at some point to prevent these lines as we look at. So the idea is, of course, this one is not doing the job because this square is going to be coming vacant to the king, and there's no way black can prevent that. So that's not going to work. And well, this is too slow, I think. Maybe white can start giving checks or something. I don't know. And this already gets the knight back, so it's not working at all. It's a good problem. It's really a good problem. Apparently rook f1 is doing good, but this one's pretty very, very nice, I think. Interesting that the computer gives this is better for black. I find that suspicious given that the a7 pawn is about to drop. Maybe it's because there's an attack on white's king. Not sure. That's a sharp position, and anyone can win that. Probably black wins that in the long run. So it's a bit of a flawed problem, but okay. We're looking for tactics. Final problem, guys, and this will be the last one before I actually cut out. Interesting problem, to say the least. Man, what kind of problem is that? It's really, like it looks great for white, but I don't know how to take advantage of it. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, really. It's really, really weird. Really, really weird, that position. Is there any form of checkmate we can give to the guy? I'd like to help him out here and give him a checkmate. He deserves it, after all. Queen a7, is this doing anything? Probably not. Queen takes d8 is, of course, not going to be correct. I find it remarkable that there's wins in this kind of position. So there's bishop takes d5, threatening queen takes d8. And it's obviously good for white. Let's see, rook takes d5, rook takes d5, queen f2 is not going to be another check, I think. Maybe it's not working though. Maybe it's not working. Bishop d5, let's see. I'm not seeing it at the moment. What's the idea? Bishop d5, bishop d5, queen f2. I don't see anything else than a perpetual there. For example, bishop takes d5, rook takes d5, rook takes d5, queen f2. I don't see how I escape the checks. Maybe I don't. See, e6, does that do anything? Probably not. It's probably a bad move because of queen takes e6. So rook takes d5 is probably good for white. Because if rook takes d5, bishop takes d5. And there's no queen d2 funny business. There's only queen e2 and queen f2. Queen f2 is met by I mean, it's good for white, but I thought there would be more. Yeah, that's kind of an annoying problem. Very, very annoying problem. I just don't know what's the best move, kinda, in this position. Yeah, I mean, that's very tricky. Don't know what to do. Queen a7 is one of those, like, what else moves, you know? What else do I do? Queen a7 is threatening nil. Rook d5, bishop d5, queen e2, bishop g2. Yeah, I just just don't know. Queen e8 checkmate, that's a good idea. But don't think we're gonna get that one. Alright guys, I have no idea what to do. So let's go with the rook takes d5. I think that's my most satisfying line. It's wrong, but let's see. Okay, but queen takes e6. I didn't see that move at all. Very, very nice. Okay, I just missed that move. What can I say? Very nice. Totally forgot about that one. Cool stuff, cool stuff. I didn't see that at all. Beautiful. Yeah, that's the key. Yeah, this NM I Francisco is right. Alright guys, well I'm going to call it quits here. I'm going to try those 2600 level ones and above in future videos. Thanks for hanging with me. I mightily struggled today. Got some of the problems, but missed some moves in my calculation, let's say. So, thanks for hanging with me. See you.